Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. You know how everyone says they've got the best banana bread recipe? Well, I actually think I have the best banana bread recipe because banana bread is not one of my favorites, never has been. But this recipe has a secret ingredient and I love this banana bread recipe. It's the only one I've been making for years, and today I'm going to show you how I make it and I'm going to show you what my secret ingredient is. So let's get at it. The first thing I'm doing is spraying my pans to get them ready for the banana bread. I'm making 2 loaves, but you could use one 9x5 loaf pan as well. The next thing I'm doing is I'm pulling in some walnuts. I'm using about 3/4 of a cup of chopped walnuts. Now, this is optional, but I love walnuts in my banana bread. So I'm just gonna get everything ready so when it's time to add them to my batter, they're ready to rock and roll. So I'm using my handy dandy Pampered Chef chopper because I buy my walnuts so that they're quite large, and I want them in smaller bits to go inside of my banana bread. So I'm just chopping them up and then I'm just going to put them aside in a bowl. I love chocolate chips in my banana loaf. I will never make banana loaf without chocolate chips and walnut. Just saying. So I'm using 3/4 of a cup of chocolate chips. These are semi-sweet. And again, I'm just going to put them in a bowl and set them aside so everything comes together really quickly. I always start by creaming the butter and sugar with a hand mixer until it's nice and fluffy. That's what gives banana bread that beautiful tender crumb. So I'm using 1/2 a cup of butter, slightly softened, and 3/4 of a cup of white sugar. Then I add the eggs, 2 eggs, and I do one at a time and I beat them in really well. Once I've got my eggs thoroughly combined with the sugar and the butter and everything's all nice and fluffy, I'm going to add a teaspoon of vanilla. This is optional, but I have always added a little bit of vanilla in my banana bread. I find it makes all the difference in the world. Now, I am also very partial to Watkins. I have been using Watkins for well over 35 years, and I just find a little bit goes a long way. But again, that's optional, but it sure tastes good. Now, pretty much 100% of the time when I make banana bread, I freeze my overripe bananas. I literally just take the bananas in the peel, pop them in the freezer, and then I thaw them when I'm ready to bake. They get super soft and you can literally squeeze them right out of the peel, and they blend perfectly. But we had bananas sitting in a bowl on our counter and they were also getting very, very ripe. So I thought, you know what? Instead of waiting for my bananas to thaw from the freezer, I'm just going to break up my bananas and they're going to get blitzed when I use my hand blender anyways. So I added 2 bananas to start, and then I decided I wanted to add a third. So for the third banana, instead of breaking it apart like you're seeing me do here, I literally just squished it in the peel and then just mushed it into the bowl. And it works fine either way. Just get your bananas in the batter. You want banana bread, you're gonna need your bananas. Okay, my friends, let's talk about the secret ingredient. Now, I have had banana bread my whole life. I mean, I think most of us can say that. And I've had really great banana bread. My dad makes amazing banana bread. But my banana bread? Sorry, Dad. I love you to bits, and your banana bread is fantastic. But this, in my opinion, is what makes banana bread so extra delicious for me, and it's sour cream. That is my secret ingredient. It's what makes this banana bread extra moist and it gives it that amazing texture. Now, I know it's not a typical ingredient. I have not seen any other recipes that call for sour cream. Maybe you have, maybe you haven't, but trust me, once you try it, you'll never make banana bread again without it. So I'm just adding it to my wet ingredients, and then I'm just gonna blitz it all together. Now I should mention you want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Okay, time to get the dry ingredients together. I am mixing my flour, baking soda, and a bit of salt. It's 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and half a teaspoon of salt. I like to stir those together before adding them in. It just keeps everything nice and even. Then I fold the dry ingredients into the batter just until it's all combined. You don't want to overmix, that is key. I love using my spatula, and it surprises me every time I find out that not everybody uses a spatula with their cooking and baking. Friends, a spatula is your best friend in the kitchen. It makes all the difference in the world. But whatever you have, use it. Fold in your dry ingredients. Get everything thoroughly combined, but don't stir the heck out of it. Just blend it in like I'm doing here. Now it's time to add in the walnuts and the chocolate chips if you're using them, or if you're just using one or the other. Don't forget, you are the chef of your kitchen. If you want to add pumpkin seeds, dried cranberries, whatever floats your boat. If you want to add a little bit of cinnamon, that is fabulous in this banana bread. You can't go wrong with this recipe. So now I am going to divide my batter between my 2 pans. And as I mentioned earlier, you can use one 9x5 loaf pan and get one good size big banana loaf, or I am using 2 pans today. Once you've got your batter in your pan, give it a little smoothie. Maybe you want to tap your pan a little bit on the counter. Make sure your batter is even in your pan. And then you are simply going to pop it in the oven, and you're going to bake your banana bread for about an hour. Now, everybody's oven is different, so you are going to want to check it throughout the baking, and you want to make sure a toothpick comes out clean. I use a kebab skewer because why not? It works. It does the trick. So if it comes out clean, my friends, it is ready to pull out of the oven. Then I just set the bread aside to cool on cooling racks. My friends, this is my most well-loved, well-used banana bread recipe ever. It is so moist and delicious. I really hope you let me know if you give this recipe a try. and what you think about the secret ingredient with the sour cream. Look at this deliciousness. A little bit of butter on there. And it is so moist. Like, it is the best. It is absolutely the best. And with the little bit of crunch from the walnut, which I love walnut in banana bread, and the chocolate chips, oh my gosh, a cup of tea or a glass of cold milk, and I don't think there's much better. This also freezes really, really well too. Okay, I'm gonna have a bite. This never fails. This always is consistently the same. It never disappoints. And I would love for you to try this and let me know what you think, because I really do believe this is the best banana bread. So until next time, my friends, take care. Remember, life is short, so make the most of that dash in between. See you soon.